Hello everybody and welcome back to Survival Challenge Multiplayer. So we're racing back to the store first of all, because I'm hoping to reconfigure this tractor. We're hopefully going to put a new engine in it, make it more powerful, and we're also going to buy a mower. We're not going to do the mowing straight away because we do have a few other jobs, and we do have yet another rule change with the greenhouses. We've been discussing it, change of 109, and yeah, we've come to the conclusion that it's going to be best if we just essentially limit it to one of each, so 2 in total. However, no limit to the ones that you get in the base game, only the No Man's Land greenhouses. So this is it, the 1246 Turbo, new decal. That makes it 150 horsepower. I guess before we were at 85, were we? Yeah, so we're going to go with the very best. There we go. You can have the old decal. I don't really know which one I prefer. They're exactly the same price. I think I do prefer the old one. So let's go with that. We'll customize it. I think that's all good. So £8,500. Fairly cheap really when you consider the upgrade we've just had. And let's now go into mowers. And we'll buy a mower. This tractor doesn't have a front 3-point linkage, so we're going to be sticking with a rear one for the time being. I was hoping to go with something like... Oh, was that... That requires 180. There is a chance that that is going to work though. Does that create a swath? Yeah, I'm not too sure. But that's got a really decent working width. It's 7.3 meters. Then again, it is quite expensive. Yeah, maybe that one. That's probably more our sort of thing. So let me just check the used machinery first. There is a fairly large cultivator, which would be good, but it requires 350 horsepower, so we're a long way off that. So yeah, we're going to go with that Vermeer mower, which it's quite a chunk of money, I have to admit, but it should be good. It should be worth it. We do have a fairly large area to mow. But anyway, when we get back to the farm, I will delete 2 greenhouses and will then replenish the other 2. I think they've all stopped because they will have run out of water. The water tends to only last for 1 day. But we can get onto this once we have dealt with the field, because I do still have a field that needs to have a little bit of cultivation work and drilling. That is the priority. Then we'll be on to mowing. We'll cut all of that grass. I do need to get a pit. I think I'm actually going to focus on putting the silage pit in before we build the sawmill, but we should still have the money for the sawmill as well. It's only £20,000. And then any wood that we do from now on will go to the sawmill. Yeah, so as you can see, the field is only half done. This bit is done, and that's looking good. Actually, there are still some flowers in there. So I need to decide which ones are the ones to go. I think probably we'll keep the 2 middle ones. So if we get rid of this, not much of a return on it, 747. And we get rid of this one. There is actually a pallet there though, which may or may not be left behind. But I'm not going to run the risk, it's worth too much. So we'll go and push that out of the way and then we'll... So I think it probably will be left behind, but we're not risking it. Whee! Right, if I can actually get out of here, we'll move it. That's pretty heavy. Okay, that's gone really badly wrong. What have I done? Oh no! I've broken everything. Well, it's out of there. So let's go into construction, delete that one. And we're left with our 2. So I think we probably will replace those 2 with the standard ones now. Because it was good having 4, but we just can't have those type because they're very good. They're too good. The money we can make from those is pretty crazy. So there's a chance those water tanks are in the way, but I'll still attempt to do this. So yeah, those are the 2 which are only allowed a total of 1 of each, 2 in total. But we can still go with these ones, which are actually not that expensive, but they won't produce anywhere near the money that these ones produce. I think really I'd want to go with the £10,000 ones. We'll probably just build one today, and then we'll build another one another time. So put it about there, I would say. That should be alright. Okay. And now for the water, which I will do with the other tractor. We'll just drop off the mower here. And because we do have the bigger Bowser, it makes it a lot faster. I don't know if I should go with just one type, or if we should go with multiple fruit types. Also, that field is ready. We have a ready sorghum field. Looks like we have a busy day. We'll have to get the worker going over there. But my priority, as I said, is to get this field done, because then that can grow and be productive over the next few episodes. I am selecting crops that grow fast, for good reason. Okay. So refill, and I will just time lapse this. It'll take a few loads. So here we go with this greenhouse. It is the largest of the base game ones. So what else do we need? Do we just need to activate the production? We probably do. So yeah, which one? Which one do we go with? I don't know. So that's 1 to 1. Yeah, I don't know. I think I'm just going to go with tomatoes. Oh no, strawberries. Strawberries. That looks good. Yeah, I'll be happy with that. So, we have the strawberries growing. They're looking very nice. How close off... Oh wow, they do take a lot of water. So I better keep going with the water filling. The nice thing about the base game ones, I suppose, is they're going to last for more than a day. But then they don't produce anywhere near as much stuff. I seem to be hitting everything in existence. Better calm down. Probably 2 more loads are going to go into there. Yeah, despite it being the largest, it's still minute. So small. At least I think they're the largest, maybe they're not. We do have to open the valve every time. It only stays open for a couple of minutes. But the point is, it's free. That's 1 more load in, and that's brought us to here. So it looks like another load is not quite going to fill it, but it will get it a long way. Yeah, regarding driving pretty much in the crop here, it won't be like this for long. Once this next crop has been harvested, I'm going to dig all this up, and I'm going to put a track in. We're going to have some proper farm tracks, and we're going to have a yard, so it's just temporary. Just trying to maximise the amount of ground that we have growing with crops. Right, is that going to do it? Yeah, that should do it for now. It's going to last a while. So we must get on. We'll just leave that tanker there. And we need to get the cultivator, which is actually at the top of the field, to cultivate these bits which haven't been done yet. There's not much. There's just a very small amount of grass that you can see here and there. In fact, there's a bit just here, randomly. Okay, we'll try that again. This time with create field on. There we go. And then there's a strip that runs down the centre of the field. And actually that's looking a bit messy just there. I'm not too sure if I've improved it, but there we go. Right, don't want to drive in the crop. It's going to destroy a very small amount, but we're about to re-drill. Most of the green bits that we can see are actually weeds. It's the grass that I need to get rid of. that's grass just there. And this is grass just here. And we've got a bit more grass down here. And now I'm going to attach to the drill, and I'm going to get this field done. Get it all drilled. There we go, we've got our soybeans in the ground. That side, as it's already germinated, does already have some weeds. It would be nice to have another tractor like this ready, because then we could have another, well, we could have a worker going with the weeder. I don't think our little tractor can really run it that well. And this tractor's going to be taken up now with harvest and mowing and stuff, so... Anyway, the point is that is done. That is going to become one field. It's going to look pretty neat, actually, in the next episode. Let me take this off here. And, well, we should get the worker going with the combine. We don't need to put this tractor on that trailer, come to think of it. So this can go straight onto the mower. We do have a few things in the way. I think for now we're just going to have to keep that box of mushrooms at the side of the field. Oh, don't drive in the crop. I thought we had crop destruction on, because I drove through the crop once before and it destroyed it, but that doesn't seem to be destroying it. Maybe it hasn't grown enough. Right, okay. So, yeah, if we can just keep things out of the grass field, that would be great. We'll take that trailer to the arable field in just a second. Let me just move this box again. I should have a weight for this. Where's my weight on? Where did I put the weight? No good having a weight if I go and lose it. It's probably at the top. But if I can just push it, that's fine. Can I push it? These are some heavy mushrooms. Well, that's one way of turning. That would do fine. Now we can put them over here. We will have to obviously get the weight back. So that keeps that out of here as well. We're now going to take the trailer over there. Just check the price for sorghum. So that peaks at about 1560, which is actually where we are now. So it is the perfect time. This is why I've timed everything. I've also timed the soybeans to be ready when they're at their best price. Not only that, but they're both fast growing crops. So it's going to go well. It's going to really help to allow this farm to succeed. Okay, so I think that's outside of our field boundary. It's not in the way of the combine. So we'll get the worker to go. And, well, keep an eye on it. I'll be able to keep an eye on it because we're going to be mowing right up against it. I'm going to do something quite risky, and that is to set off the worker without going around the headland first. I know it's so daring of me. But it has to be done. We have other stuff to do as well. So let's just see if it has the ability to mow without our help. And now I can mow this. I can't remember at all if this thing creates a good swath. I seem to remember it's a widespread, which means we'll have to get a windrower. Yeah, it's a widespread. And I don't think there's a control for that. I think it has to widespread. So there we go, it is what it is. This is a large area. But we have £91,000, meaning we have money to build the silage pit. We're not going to be doing that much silage. This is the main silage cut, ready to get rid of the grass, because then this is going to be cultivated up and we're going to drill it. But the other thing is we will need to have some grass because we are going to be getting sheep. So I'll probably keep some of this as grass instead of putting it in the pit. And then we can buy sheep as well. Well, the worker is still going. That's good to see. I did remove a number of trees though, so really it's got no excuse. It should be able to harvest without any problems at all. I really don't want to mow over the boundary line because it's so messy when you do that. I don't know where it is exactly. Ah yes, I'm well within it. But I'd rather that than go over it, because I'll never be able to pick up the grass and it looks awful. So now we know exactly where we're mowing up to. I've put the markings out. I will get the rest of it done. And then we're going to have to look into getting a windrower. Sadly there isn't one in the sale. Ooh, I can attach it to the front, nice. You go over there. It looks like we have a full combine. So let's get into the field and we'll empty it. We will actually have to head to the sell point as soon as possible because I think one full combine is pretty much one full trailer. Might even be more. I don't want to cart too much with this one. Though I suppose I could put it on a worker because we are allowing workers. It is the Survivor Challenge, but it has rules from competitive multiplayer. So we can have workers taking it to the store. We just can't reset to the store. Well, it's 96%. It's good enough. I could wait and get a bit more in, but to be honest, I think I'd rather just get it on its way. Hang on, what am I doing here? Ooh, chainsaws at the store. So we'll see if the worker can manage it. Hopefully. Where are you going? It's the other way. Well, I guess it has some kind of route plotted. It must know where it's going. Or maybe not. It's kind of driving aimlessly. But the mowing is going well. We're almost there. We've just got that top section to do, and then we're going to be on to windrowing. Once we've cleared a section, we can build the pit. That's my greenhouse. Oh, where's it going? Well, I think it'll make it eventually. Inefficiently and at great expense. Yeah, it's on the right track. I do like this mower. I think it's a good one to go with. Obviously we don't have the swath mode, but then that only really comes in with the bigger, more expensive mowers. There's Chainsaw. He's going to encounter my lunatic worker. Maybe not quite. They're barely moving. pretty big area. Oh, the combine has finished once again. It's filling up pretty fast, that. It's also going very slowly. It's actually harvesting at 2 miles per hour. It seems to be that it's stuck in a low gear. The worker won't shift up, because I think it's not too bad for maintenance. I don't think it needs to have a service or anything. Let me just check. Nope, all looking really good. It just won't shift out of high 1 or whatever. Is it just 1? So it's taking a while because of that. But there isn't a real rush, although there is snow coming apparently. Right. I don't know where I just told that worker to go to. Right, so the worker is heading off once again. Let me just sort this out. There we go. And we actually do have loads of areas of grass, so if we don't keep any of this grass that we've just cut, it doesn't matter. We can cut plenty of the leftover grass for sheep. I'm just trying to get things cleared, really. I'll tidy up that little bit up there. Which looks a bit like a bottom. There's my weight. There we go. Okay. Yeah, it's quite an expanse. I've seen people saying, oh, you should buy a new plot now. I will be buying a new plot pretty soon, I think. But I don't want to rush it, and I do need to build a farmyard as well. I need some sheds. It'd be good to have a silo. Because at the moment we are managing to time it so the crops are ready to harvest when the price is its best. But that's not going to stay the same forever. Because otherwise we're going to be waiting for months just so we can plant at the right time. So let's get over to the store and we'll go and buy a windrower. I actually don't remember which windrowers I've enabled. I've put plenty of mods, over 100 mods on the server. I seem to remember there was a class one. That's probably the one we're going to go for. My worker has literally just arrived, just seconds ahead of me. Parked it over there again, but it doesn't matter. Better than driving it off a cliff or onto the road over there. Actually, I don't think you can get over there. It's out of bounds. It is a main road. It's civilization, because we're out in no man's land. It's nice to have that contrast. But we're getting over £5,000 for each load there. So the sorghum is doing well. Let's just get it to go back to the field, somewhere there. That should be fine. Meanwhile, we shall buy a windrower. So, there is this one here at 4.8 meters. This one at 7 meters, that's very good. That I've used before because it was really good for the price. So it looks like maybe we won't be using the class liner. It looks like a nice machine, but for the money, this seems to be the one to go for. Oh, custom colours. I've usually just gone with the original colour, but we could go with something a bit different. Oh, it does cost money though. I'm going to go with that. We've come into so much money, we're spending extra on paint. I better not make a habit of that, it's not a good idea. We are saving up for our new plot. But it does look good. So we'll just windrow the whole lot first, but we're going to pick up the area where the pit is going to go specifically first, because we need to put the pit in so that we can unload the loading wagon. Where to start? Oh look, there's my worker. We've caught up with them again. Yeah, it's not a huge windrower. Maybe I should have gone bigger. We did have the money available. But then I do need to also get a pit and a sawmill and hopefully sheep. No, we can't go straight in with the biggest. and that combine is probably almost full again. So when that turns around, I'll empty it and set our trying to back off on our worker again. It's going to be forever moving. It's so slow though, I'll probably be able to make it to the other side of the field before that turns around. Yeah, crop destruction is still on, it's just this crop isn't established enough to be crushed. Which makes it much easier for me, because it means I can drive in it to turn around. So we have covered a fair bit of ground there. I think we're over halfway. But the combine looks like it's nearing an end, or it's got confused or something like that. So we're going to head over there in just a second. See what exactly is happening. Because it would be good to get that finished before this snow turns up. Right, so when is the snow coming? It's going to be here... Oh, at 6 o'clock, that's fine. And yeah, the only reason why this has stopped is because it's full. But it's done something weird. I think it's probably that tree that's made it get confused. But we'll get this trailer sent off on its way again to the store. And then I think I'll just tidy up. Oh no, it's the bit that I didn't drill which has confused it. Hopefully we can get that to reach without driving in the crop. Yeah, look at that. Perfect. The worker will continue, but then, yeah, I think once it gets to the end I'll take over. Save a bit of money. Okay. 96% once again. Good. There is also a strip of sorghum over there which we really should get. Otherwise it's just going to be cultivated in. I noticed the combine has speeded up, so it looks like they've found another gear. I don't know why it would get so confused on that first bit. It looks, well, I suppose it's a bit steeper, but it's very similar. We're in gear 2 now. It should always be in gear 2. It was in gear 1. Unbelievable. So we're on the final bit. The worker has just arrived at the store. I think I'll just get that, because otherwise it's not going to be back in time. Just get it tipped. That is my fertilizer bag. I still need enough weight to be able to lift it. We need something really heavy on the back. Okay, so there we go. Another £5,640. We are doing well from this. Get it to park somewhere up there. Right. Okay. So I think probably just heading down and then back up again is going to be enough to finish this field. Shift gears. It tried to just stay in gear 1 then as well. Luckily I can manually shift up. I could put it into gear 3, but it won't end well. It'll probably go slower than gear 2. Well, that's the main bit done. Now it's just a case of hunting for little bits. At risk of using more fuel just by hunting, but not to worry. Here's a bit. Yes, it still missed a bit. We'll finish the windrow next time and we'll get it cleared. Turned into the only stump visible. Oh, there's a stump over there. Here comes the worker. I think actually it'd be best if I get the worker to stop. And I might crash into my other tractor anyway. Well, it's in a good place there. That's fine. You wait there, please. Yeah, there's a division between the two. Come on, gear 2. That's why it was fitted. Right, so we're almost there. I stopped it in a pretty bad place actually. Gear 2. And I believe we are done. So let's get this taken to the store. So yeah, next episode we'll come straight in. We'll get that finished off, that windrow, that won't take long. We'll then clear the first section, we'll build the pit, which if I remember correctly is about £45,000, is it? Because we're not allowing any more mods to be added. They're sort of locked in now. Silos, there we go. Oh, there's 25,000, I guess. Oh no, that will be big enough, yes. It's only 25,000. It was 65 for this medium one. That should be enough. Yeah, so we'll build that, and then we can start to put it all into there. But in my opinion, that's not a bad bit of progress. It's probably going to be more like £3,000 this time. But it still leaves us with a good amount, 4,135. Okay, well, there we go. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. Hopefully you've enjoyed the video. You can, as usual, watch Chainsaw's video. The link is down below to see what he's been getting up to during the same session. Until the next video, though, see you again soon. Bye for now.